Man,
All right. Look at us with
wow.
our high quality cameras.
I
You
know.
can see my socks in the background. Yeah, of
Nice. Dude, this took so long. Holy crap. Thanks for being patient with me.
course. It's 5:23 Pacific time. We had a little bit of a technical setup time thanks to this old guy over here.
Haha. I'm a
But
boomer.
yeah, but I think we're all set up. All right. You got water? You ready to talk and just chat for like 30 minutes?
Yes, sir. I actually do have water. Didn't plan it.
It's all good. I'm like pretty hot.
So yeah, do you have like talking points? Sorry, man. I came so
Nah, dude.
unprepared. I was,
I feel
I
like
was really.
I think I think podcasts usually do have talking points, but when I've recorded a few episodes with a bunch of people, it's usually very, very casual. I think like that's what makes the podcast so conversational. Like we don't
Mhm.
want to be scripted. We want to have like very, very casual or high level general talking points. So let's just see where it goes. We can like start by I can kind of like reply to your email update like on this thing verbally. We can start by
Okay.
that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Are you gonna send yours?
I have mine written out.
Oh, okay.
I'm like editing it. I'm kind of doing another situation where I wanted to make it a Substack post as well as an update for you. So I actually like wrote out everything, like planning it to send to you, and I was like, I actually wrote out a lot of good things. So I was like, let me see if I can turn it into a Substack post, and that takes a little bit longer because I'm like actually editing. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm doing right now.
So I'm curious, during these things, I know you did it with other people. Did you
Uh-huh.
ever watch back on it?
Yes, these were the things. The times that I did it with other people were actually like webinars or like other like business podcasts.
Mhm.
Actually, now that you asked me that, I didn't watch back on it, but they make like short teasers out of it, which I plan on doing the exact same thing. And I watch
Yeah.
those, and that's like when like
Gotcha.
it'll take clips of just focus on whoever's talking, and there's like captions on the bottom. So
Yeah, because I
that'll
was
be
gonna ask,
yeah.
do you look into the camera? Because I feel like I'm looking at you, right? I guess what's better? Should I look at my camera lens or I
Nah,
guess for you, yeah,
I
it
have
doesn't
not
matter?
looked at the camera. I mean, I'm looking at it now, but I'm looking at you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Cool, cool. Nice,
yeah.
nice.
So, can a former D1 soccer goalie go pro in pickleball? I love that. How'd you come up with it?
Yeah, I know it sounds kind of corny, but I think I felt like with the social media platforms I started it mainly because I got that sponsorship from Paddletech. But
Hmm.
then I felt like, I wasn't really staying consistent with it. And I think a big reason for that was like I didn't really have a strong like why. And I
Hmm.
think like looking on social media, like, looking through like my For You pages or just scrolling through videos, I see a lot of people like trying to help other people with their content, like,
Yeah.
yeah. And they always talk about like you need to really find out your why and build your why and also like build your brand. And so I like for me, like I just felt like a lot of my platform was like so like directionless and I
Hmm.
was just kind of just like mindlessly posting like candid videos. I know like my main goal was to just kind of watch back on how I'm playing and look at my technique and like, look at the gameplay. But then yeah, I just felt like it wasn't like a repeatable process and I didn't really have like a strong like foundation. So yeah, I just thought that if I found like a really good why and why I'm doing all this, like I can kind of build around that and build different segues from that too. And I just thought that, I mean, it just kind of explains my situation perfectly.
Yeah.
Like I am like a former Division 1 athlete trying to go
Yeah.
pro in pickleball, and yeah, I just thought there was like a lot of different segues I can go into that.
You gotta milk your D1 experience. I always
Yeah,
introduce you to my friends to my f- introduce my friends. Sorry, introduce you to my friends as like, yeah, he's a D1 soccer player. He's a D1 athlete. So
yeah,
it's like
for
definitely something
sure.
to be proud of, especially as like a Korean dude. Like,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
yeah. But let me actually ask you this. I actually thought, do you think the social media part of your pickleball journey is like heavily necessary for you to be a pro player, or is it simply for like kind of the, it's a kind of a separate aspect of it. Like, why do
Yeah,
you
no,
need social media at all for your
that's a
pickleball pro journey?
no, that's a really good question. I don't think I do need it
Mhm,
for that pro journey. I think for me, it's just a way to document things and
mhm.
also to like keep myself accountable. Cause I think throughout like this whole process, like stayed consistent in the beginning. Like I was filming everything, recording
Yeah,
everything and watching back. And then I just found myself like not doing that anymore.
I see, I see, I see.
I think that as you get a little more famous, not famous, as you have a little more success in tournaments and your name gets out there, I think that'll play like an amplifying effect with social media, where like people will start to
Sure,
recognize you, people will start
sure,
to
sure.
follow you. But for right now, I think just because, I haven't really done anything great out there yet,
Mhm.
I think I'm just kind of solely relying on social media just as like a fallback,
Yeah,
like if I don't make pro and it's just, yeah, it's just like recording the
I see, I
process
see,
and
I see.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
'Cause I was thinking, like, it's one thing if doing the social media kind of forces you to watch and, like, record or watch and, like, reflect and, like, analyze, like, that's one thing of it. But
Hmm.
it sounds like I know you're spending a lot of time editing because your edits are actually really good and, like,
Hmm.
I'm sure it's not, like, an easy thing. And sometimes, like, it makes me think I'm like, is you're, like, trying to do content creation and go pro at the same time, and they're both, like, pretty big commitments. Like, can
Yeah,
you
for
just
sure.
watch without posting? If, like, the reflection part is, like, an important part of it, and then eventually, like, hire, like, a videographer to edit for you maybe, you know?
Yeah, it's so
Hey,
hard to
boo.
do.
Hey, dog appearance.
Yeah, honestly, that's a good point because it's so
Yeah,
hard to do both. I feel like I'm like so spread thin because you already know, like I have other things going on, like the
exactly.
independent consulting, yeah, real estate, and it's just so hard to also document the process while I'm training too. And yeah, I think like I want to be more consistent with the content, so I'm
Mhm.
gonna try to like force myself to keep working on it because I
Yeah,
think it's better than not doing it, And maybe I'm just being lazy or just like trying to justify it by saying like, "Oh, I'm spread too thin," but I think yeah, that's what I'm trying to go away from.
yeah,
Like I need to like that's why I'm kind of like trying to find my why. And I feel like a
yeah,
lot of
yeah, yeah.
people are finding like success in like long form content because I have a friend that's doing it really well. And I guess, people like that. They like when people honestly record themselves watching
Yeah.
like themselves back on their videos. And he gets a lot of views. Like he posted one recently and I think a week ago and it's already got like almost 9K views. And it was just
Wow.
us playing that PPA tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just him talking through it. But like, yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the views. I think I just want to like put stuff out there,
Yeah, yeah.
like for me. Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah,
mainly for
yeah.
me.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
honestly, like, and I'm sharing this as like that's my kind of gut reaction feedback from like when I read your emails. I'm like, it sounds like you're actually putting some consideration into like social media. And that's why I asked that question, like, how important is it? Like, can you just focus on the actual work versus like
Mhm.
the content aspect of it? But as I say this, I realize like I also talk about social media all the time. I'm like, dude, like I gotta put out personal branding and I want to make TikToks. And I wonder if like that I sound the same as you. It's like you might
Yeah.
also wonder, like, do you need to make social media or should you just focus on hiring and growing your business? Like,
Yeah, that's so
so
true. I think, yeah, I feel like for you, I really like how you build like that repeatable process. And I think that's one thing that I definitely lacked, like trying to do something consistent. Cause like you are posting videos like nonstop, and that's through that app you were calling, right? Could you,
exactly.
yeah, could you tell me a little bit about that and
Oh
like the
yes, I
process and
sure
everything?
can. So I've tried a bunch of things, right? I've tried like talking videos where I'm like making just one specific video per day. I've tried editing my short form videos with like a lot of like animations and sound effects, and like it literally took me an entire day to edit a 15-second video. And I was like, wow, this has to go like blow up, otherwise like there goes my day. And like it got like 300 views. And I'm like, okay, I do believe in putting stuff out there and kind of showing up and like showing my face and showing my voice in front of like, my community, my network. But I also don't think that it's the right focus for me to spend hours editing every day. So I'm like, what's like the least effort I can put in while maintaining like most like maybe like reach, even if it's not like viral impact. Like, yeah. So my process has been that's why I did long form videos. My process has been record long form videos on my DJI camera, and it's like minimally edited. I just put the videos together. I do auto caption. I'll add some songs, and that's it. I'll post it on YouTube. No cuts, no edits, like whatever. And
Hmm.
then I use Opus Clip, which I have another affiliate story to share about that. But I use Opus Clip. I literally just put the YouTube video link in there, and it generates like 30 short form clips that AI thinks is like the most catchy or most viral worthy. And you can even prompt it to like catch certain things. So I have 30 generated just like that in like about 5 to 10 minutes. And then this is where my virtual assistant comes into play. But she will go in there, she'll watch the videos and she'll pick the 7 that she likes the most. And then she'll schedule them for just one video per day on social TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And that's all baked into Opus Clip. So you can actually link all your accounts, press schedule, and it will launch to all three. And then it has captions generated. And the caption generated is pretty AI. It's very obvious that it's AI, but it's like minimal effort. I'm just putting it there. And
Hmm.
like a lot of people have been telling me, like, oh yeah, I've been watching your like clips, and like I know Christine just swipes as soon as she sees them. She gives me a like and she sees them, or she swipes. That's okay, because I am posting every day, so it can feel spammy. But people
Hmm.
like definitely see it, and like they kind of know what I'm up to. Like they kind of know I'm renting an Airbnb for a hackathon, and like and if they're
Hmm.
interested, I have the full video where I talk more about it. So that's kind of like my minimal effort way of staying very relevant on people through YouTube, Opus Clip, and my virtual assistants.
Yeah.
And it took
And
some time
so,
to get there.
yeah, I actually have a few questions for you. And I know I see it on social media too, on like the people that give like content advice. They're always
Mhm.
saying like, posting something is better than not posting something. And I feel like
Exactly.
your tactic, yeah, is doing really well on posting things like and staying consistent with that. But then there's also that aspect of like sharing too much too. So like, yeah, for me, like I'm like always trying to find that balance where I don't want to like share too much and also like I want to stay consistent. So I mean,
Yeah.
with you, like I mean, with your like social media, I don't know like if it's trying to build like if you're trying to build your personal brand or if you're trying to do it for like for now marketing.
Mhm.
But like I guess yeah, what is like your goal and what's your why with everything?
Yeah. And when you say share too much, do you mean like sharing too many details or posting too frequently?
I guess a little bit of both cuz
Okay.
just cuz like sharing too many details like I know you're very open about your finances and like I
Mhm.
don't know, I just don't have the balls to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That and also like do you feel like you're spamming? But then I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Like it depends on what your goals are, and like
Yeah.
obviously posting something is better than not posting something.
Yeah. I
I
think
know that's a bit of a scattered question. So
yeah, there's like a lot of aspects. Let me try to hit on
yeah.
all of them. So,
Okay.
sharing too many details, I really think like yes, I do think about it. Sometimes I like think like, am I sharing too much? Like, should I be sharing this? Like, what if my customer sees this? I do think like in today's world, like visibility, transparency is like just super helpful. Like, I know I would really appreciate when someone openly talks about their finances, especially,
Hmm.
because that can even serve as like in some ways it can feel like I'm showing off. In some ways it's letting people know what's possible when you like try, starting your own business, or like what numbers I'm dealing with. So I think you kind of take it, the audience takes it how they want to. I'll kind of let
Hmm.
them decide, but I try, I hope that it's helpful. I hope that it's more helpful than like anything. I guess
Hmm.
it also kind of depends on the way I present it or my tone during those videos. So that's something I do think about a lot too. Frequently posting, I don't mind as much, but that's my strategy for now. It might change later. I feel like there's people who like only post maybe once a week, like once every 2 weeks, but it's like a masterpiece. Like it's like the editing is beautiful and they've spent like 2 weeks worth of time editing it, and every single one of those like goes crazy. Yes,
Hmm.
I would love to try that at some point, but I just feel like right now is not the time. Like I'm gonna hire a videographer if I want to do it that way, but right now I'm okay just kind of getting like like reach at this point.
Hmm. And then your
And
why.
my why,
I'm
yeah.
curious. Yeah.
I think, like, why am I sharing on social media, if that's the question? I think that, like, personal branding is just so important in today's world. Like,
Mhm.
it I don't think it hurts you in many ways at all to let other people know what you're up to and what you're doing. It's like networking. It's like you go to a networking event and you meet people and you introduce yourself and you ask what do you do and you tell what you do, and then who knows, like an opportunity can come out of it, right? Social
Mhm.
media is like networking, like virtually with potentially millions of people. Like you explain what you do, and people who are looking for that answer will find it very helpful. People who didn't care will just swipe. And like I've even met like a few people like on social media already that ask me like questions about, like how did you start your business? A lot of people ask me like, yeah, like how do you start a business, or like do you need an LLC or things like that.
Mhm.
But I see it as like networking, like virtual networking. It's literally social media, social networking. So it's a social networking platform.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think that's my why. I think I post because it's information. Spreading information is pretty helpful. It's pretty powerful. Something I've
Mhm.
decided.
And do you have a separate account for now marketing, or are all your accounts for like your personal brand?
Yeah, so that's the last part that I didn't touch on. That's been something I've been figuring out because I have such a different world in my like B2B like enterprise world and my
Yeah.
personal branding world. I do have separate accounts, but I have no intention posting on my for now marketing Instagram, for example.
Mhm.
But on LinkedIn, all I ever talk about is Braze and for now marketing and like very business specific things. Versus on my personal side, on like TikTok, Instagram, I talk more about like what's it like to start a business, or how do you start a business, or like the challenges that I go through as a business owner, but not necessarily like I don't talk about Braze that much, like what Braze does. I mention Braze all the time.
Mhm.
And I've been trying to figure out like I feel like I post some good stuff on LinkedIn. Like why can't I post that on Instagram? And like I feel like I'm trying to maintain two identities, and I just want to like consolidate it into one unified. I'm a B2B business owner that's trying to share what I do on both LinkedIn and TikTok, for example. So yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I like that a lot. Yeah. Because I noticed with a lot of your like videos too, the ones that do get the buzz and engagement, I like how like, open and transparent you are. And it is
mhm,
like putting a lot of information out there that a lot of people don't share. And
yeah,
then they're always asking you questions as well. And you guys are kind of going into the weeds. So
yeah.
I do, yeah, that's pretty cool too. So I guess through all that, do you get a lot of hate messages ever? Like
So
hurtful messages, I guess.
yes, I thankfully I haven't gotten any hateful messages. I'm sure there are people out there that have seen my stuff that are like, yeah, like, what is this guy like? Why is he talking about this? Or like,
Hmm.
he's so whatever. I'm sure there will always be haters, and I think that's fine. And I guess I'm grateful no one has actually said it to my face because I don't know how well I would handle that. Like that's social media world is a pretty brutal world. I get a few like snarky comments here and there, and they kind of get filtered by TikTok, but I still read it and I still approve them all because like I want those comments to show up too.
Hmm.
I think it kind of goes back to what I said. Like if some people post like rage bait, and that's like they intentionally do that and like try to
Hmm.
get engagement. That's one way to go about it. And if then you better be ready for all the hate comments. I don't know if I necessarily want to go about it that way, but I may have done that already unintentionally, or I
Hmm.
don't know. I think I'll be ready. I'm like conscious of it. I'm ready for it. Let's see what happens when I get my first like hate post, or maybe a post didn't present itself very well and I get canceled for it, and let's see how that goes. So yeah,
Yeah.
I fear
Have
that
you
day though.
Have you done or seen the analytics for all your postings yet? Like, have you seen which ones have been, creating buzz and which ones have been successful?
I don't really look into it that much. I mean, most of my videos get less than 1,000 views, so I don't think it's like worth it to be honest.
Yeah.
I know there's like probably something I could learn, but they all say that all my users fell off in the first 2 seconds of the video. So I'm like, I mean, clearly I don't have a hook.
Yeah. And
No, not right now. Not at the stage where I'm like spam posting every day. Like I think
Mhm.
maybe I do look at the YouTube, and actually, no, I don't even look at the YouTube. Even my long form YouTube videos that I post once a week, even that is like pretty low effort. So
Mhm.
I think maybe when I shift my focus to actually wanting to retain and like, you know, think hard about videos, maybe then I will. But right now it's like I'd rather just focus on the business and just put something out there and like kind of do it for
Yeah.
myself, similar to you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
How about you? Like, are you looking at your analytics? Because you're actually spending
Uh,
time with like hooks and, good editing.
yeah, I do look at the analytics of, like, some videos that do well, and I've noticed I mean, with the because I've only been doing short form, I don't do long form.
Hmm.
It's weird because I think in the very beginning, my account, was very small and didn't have well, I mean, it still doesn't really have that many followers. And in the very beginning, like you said, a lot of people just fell off like after like the 2 second marker. And I
Yeah.
just think that's because my videos weren't really hitting like the right target market because I think
Yeah, yeah,
when I
yeah.
first opened that account, I was just following my friends, you know?
Okay, okay.
And yeah, I know a lot of those friends, not a lot of them watch pickleball. But then
Yeah.
I think as I started posting a little bit more frequent, yeah, like better videos, that's where like video engagement was getting a lot better. Like viewers would stay, like that analytic on Instagram, like average amount of viewers that would actually stay to watch most of the video or past like a
Yeah.
certain marker. Like it started growing from like 50 to 60 to 70%. So
Wow.
I don't know if that, yeah, I don't know if that's like a combination of using like the right hashtags or maybe, the algorithm knows where to push out the videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, and then there's also differences between what kind of videos I post. Cause I think all mine is like candid videos
Hmm.
and only some of them like have done really well. Like my best one has reached like 90K on Instagram. And that was just like a really goofy, like candid video,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like a highlight or anything. I did notice like with my videos though, I think with highlights, it gets so many views, but like low engagement. So I don't know
mm,
if that's just like a combination of like the same people watching the same video over and
yeah.
over again, or if it's just reaching a huge audience and people are just not engaging at it
Yeah.
at all. Yeah. So yeah, I wish they could tell me the difference between those two. But I know like people are watching it, so and I only have
Yeah.
like 300 followers. Like my last video got like K views, and that was just like
Nice.
a really interesting highlight. I think that was the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
where you
yeah. I commented
commented.
on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
You
and
had a
it's just
lot of
like
comments on that video. Are they all like
yes,
pickleball
yeah.
friends?
A lot of them were like random people, honestly.
Okay.
I would say like 3 of them are people that I knew, like 3 or 4 of them was like a combination of you and some pickleball friends, but yeah,
Oh,
it was like random people. I
okay.
think that follow my account. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think what you said about like you kind of have to like find your community on the social media
Mhm.
platforms. Like, I know that if someone follows me, but I don't follow them back, but that person posts, that person's stuff will more likely show up on my feed than like completely
Yes.
random. So you
Yeah, I've
following
seen that.
other pickleball players will get your stuff on their feed too. I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
Dude,
Then
that's actually genius. Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't
and
think
that's
about it
why
that
like
way. Yeah.
I think that's why like people put a lot of emphasis on not only posting stuff but also commenting with other like-minded creators like in the pickleball space. You got to be following
Yeah.
those pages like yeah, and like your comments I think activate some I don't know, like there is a science behind it, right? So yeah, it's like I think it wants you to I think the algorithm and who knows how the algorithm works, but I think the algorithm wants you to give back to the community that you want to also like, join and engage
Yeah,
with.
for
Yeah.
sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed, I guess another thing that I just want to talk about too, like talking about like short form and long form. Like with my videos, I was saying earlier how it felt like directionless. I do feel like when I look at other people's, like the coaching ones do really well, obviously, just because it
Okay.
provides value. But I don't really want to go into coaching per se. But another one that I've seen do well is like the people that are super like honest and kind of do like a vlog style of like
Yeah.
like their like road to 5.0 or like 44
Mm,
more days till I play a PPA challenger. I noticed those do like pretty well as well. So I don't know if it's like a human psychology thing. People just like to see other people's like progress and
mhm.
yeah, I don't know. It's
Well,
interesting because
those
I can
all
definitely was that
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I can definitely tell like my route. Like I don't think it's sustainable to keep
Yeah.
posting like candid videos of like blooper moments,
I
like
see, I see, I see.
obviously it's not like something that's repeatable because I'm fishing for like 1 or 2 moments out of like, I don't know, 3 hours of video.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
see, I see, I see.
yeah, so I don't know, like maybe if I kept on doing it that it would be good, but I can tell that my follower count doesn't go as high as like those other accounts. So
Yeah.
I definitely, yeah, I think if anything, I'm definitely learning a lot through watching other pages and yeah, seeing that my way that I thought would, eventually work. Maybe I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe it will. I don't know if it will, but yeah, I guess that's also another reason why I'm trying to go into long form as well.
Yeah. I feel
Experiment.
like I believe there's a science behind it. I'm sure there's, things you could look at and analytics, whatever. I still think just posting and experimenting is more important than anything. Like, at
Mhm.
least to get you started. Like, yeah, try long form, try bloopers, try like, different hooks. Like, oh, and what I was gonna say was like Road to 5.0 or 44 Days Until Whatever. Those all sound like interesting hooks. So it might be like
Yeah, that's
it's really
true.
just like a hook grad, and it's a personal hook. So I wonder, maybe
Mhm.
that's working. But I was saying trying is better than is just like a great first step. And I think trying and looking at your stuff scientifically and analytics, that's like the next better step. Um,
Mhm.
which I'm saying like I'm in no rush to get to that point right now. I'm just at that level one, like just trying.
Mhm.
And is that the right
Yeah.
way to go about it? Or like, you might also ask like, are we just wasting time? Am I just like wasting time like mindlessly posting every week, like without really thinking about it? Maybe, but at least I'm posting and I'll
Yes.
optimize later. So that's my mindset.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's also because you're really focused on your business as well. Like, I feel like
Exactly.
my mind is so scattered and like I wasn't recording or posting anything, which is I think way worse than like not posting anything at all.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just like
yeah.
I really like your tactic cuz you're like, kind of still staying consistent, not putting much effort into it and you're focusing on the things that you want to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I really like that tactic.
Yeah. I mean, for you, it's like, I feel like at this point, pickleball has would you say it's become a bigger commitment than like your workday consulting,
I think
which isn't a bad
physically,
thing?
yeah, I don't know, like I always tense up when someone asks me that cuz I know I should be
There's a
focusing
reason
on the
for it.
thing
Let's
that's
let's dig into
yeah.
it.
I know I should be focusing on the things that pay the bills, and, like, with Workday Consulting, I'm still committing, like, a huge time block, like,
Yeah.
9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I think it's one of those things where, like, I'm gonna do what I can
Yeah.
to, like, survive and pay the bills. Because I mean, I think before pickleball, like I've kind of set myself up where it's like I need to make money, and then I got into like real estate, bought a multi-unit,
Yeah.
and stuff, and put a lot on my plate that I can't really just like shrug off and just go all in on pickleball. I
Yeah.
think I wish that I can just focus on one thing because I think that's where a lot of success comes in when like you don't have any distractions and you can just hone in on your craft and really focus
Yeah.
on that craft. Because with soccer, like, I couldn't really just focus on soccer, like, I had to do school too, and
Yeah.
I feel like my whole life, like, I just, like, always been spreading myself thin. Yeah, I mean, I tried to put more effort into pickleball just because, like, that's what I'm trying to do, but I just, like, can't go 100% into it. So I would say it's, like, 50 with
Yeah.
pickleball and my work right now. Yeah.
I feel like people like us, we're just not built that way to be able to focus on one thing. I
Just
feel
do
like
one thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's been me my entire life too. Like, how do we
Mm.
like just always like kind of working on multiple things at once? Like, I played two
Yes.
instruments very intensely growing up, like instead of just focusing on one.
Mhm.
Things like that. But I feel like for you, I mean, you spent like a good year or two only doing consulting, and you like, I mean, I guess in the early days, you probably focused on soccer and golf, so it's not like you weren't playing any sports. But I think what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is you spent like good years getting your like consulting business to a point where your hourly rate has gone up like every year too, and like you like got a good system. You figure out like how to find and keep customers, and like you like made it more efficient so you freed up more time to focus on what you want to do, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
Yeah, I guess I've never really thought about that Because in my head, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Because I'm trying to think like, okay, how can I like do this as quickly as possible or as efficiently as possible so I can free up to do the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really thought about that. That's hilarious. Like it just
Yeah.
kind of like how my mind just handled it.
Yeah.
I never like that wasn't like my intention, I guess, is what I was trying to get at.
I think but when you said, like, 2 minutes ago, when you were like, "You always tense up when someone asks me that question," I feel like
Yeah.
it's those questions where you have to actually, like, think even harder about. And, like, I
Yeah,
think
for
a
sure.
podcast is actually a really good way to dissect and analyze, like, why are you feeling this way? Like, what
Mhm.
internal core issue, like, is making me tense up when someone asks me, like, "Why are you spending more time on pickleball or as much time on pickleball as your, like, income generator?"
Yeah.
And it
I
might
guess
not be a bad thing, like, you just need to, like, actually
yeah.
spend the time to think through it.
And I guess a few reasons why I tense up is because maybe I feel guilty about putting so much time into something that's not like returning as much as I'm
Sure,
putting
sure,
in. And then also like I don't think my clients are ever gonna watch this, but I don't want them to think that like, like I'm not doing work and like, I'm just playing pickleball, which is not
yeah.
the case, like yeah, I
As
guess
long as you're
just a few
delivering
reasons.
value and you're getting work
Yes.
done,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
yes, that's the best you can do as a consultant.
I did want to ask you one thing because, like you said, like we're like for us, like it's a little different, like how we are. Like we can't just focus on one thing. We're always doing multiple things. What do you feel like when people, like when you read books, like, the one thing, or like people tell you, like, you have to focus on one thing to make it? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, how do you feel about that? I know there is no right way. And I know for me, like, I hope that it's not the case where you have to only focus on one thing to get there,
yeah.
you know? So I was just curious how you felt about that.
Yeah, well, I think okay, even as we're talking about how we're always so, like, spread thin people, I feel like focusing on one thing doesn't mean, like, you drop everything else and only focus on that. Although, I mean, if you think about really the most successful people, they really did only go
Yeah,
in all in. They're like obsessed with it, like
exactly.
everything else, right? But actually, like for our case, we're actually practicing that in some ways because I'm specialized in Braze, you're specialized in Workday. So we have our like our one thing for our career and our business.
Yes.
For you, you have pickleball. I mean, before you were when you were playing golf, soccer, and whatever third sport, I was like, this dude is kind of
Yeah.
spread thin. But now you're like all in on pickleball, and like that actually
Yeah.
feels like a much clearer direction for you, and from someone like kind of reading your updates, like it
Mm.
feels like you're kind of found your one thing too. And maybe for me, that's like from a fitness aspect, I'm still figuring that out. Like, what is it that I really want to do? Mine has always been to look a little bit bigger, build more muscle, but yeah, people say like there's like the 7 F's of life, which is fitness, finance, family, friends, like future, focus, and fun. There's like 7 things. And it's like the book One Thing tells you to find your one focus in those 7 areas of life, which I liked hearing that because I'm like, okay, at least it's not just like drop everything and just do one thing. It's like one thing in these major areas. On the other hand,
Yeah,
I was
for
like,
sure.
7 things is also a lot of things to focus on. And that it doesn't make me feel any more like gathered and like consolidated. I still felt scattered when I thought about it that way. So there were
Mhm.
some pros and cons about that. But yeah, that's like my non-answer to your question. Yeah.
I guess that brings me to my next question. If you can just focus on one thing, what would it be?
I think at this point, as of right now, I think it would be my Braves business.
Mm.
I think
Mhm.
I've kind of gone past the point where it's, I'm no longer individual. Like I actually have a team and we just
Mhm.
have such a good momentum right now where, we just got listed on the Braves website. We're like getting more customers. I'm like, I also don't know. There's a Braves conference coming up and, I may get some sort of recognition there. Like, so
Okay.
So it's
Hey,
like
there you
we
go.
we have such a good like momentum that if I had to actually focus on it, like I would easily drop social media and YouTube and newsletters and just focus on building the business.
Mhm.
So for me right now, that's my plan. Or that's I think that is my majority focus. And I don't think this is like the thing I'm gonna like, retire on either. Like I think this will become like a cash flow business that's really well structured And I think I will have a future but different like focus one thing in my life.
Mhm.
But I think this braids business will be a good focus point for the next like at least 3 more years, if not like 5 more years. I could see that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't really talk much about your Braves business,
Yeah, we could
but,
talk about that.
dude, I was gonna say congrats on making partner. I don't know if that's a huge deal in the Braves community, but I know in, like, Workday, that's, like, a massive deal. Like,
Sure, sure, sure.
like, so many doors open up, and it's
Yeah.
just, like, Workday doesn't just give that away,
Sure, sure,
so
sure.
is that, like, the same with Braves? Like, how does that feel?
I think also when you say making partners, sounds like I'm at a consulting firm, but I did get listed as a Braze service partner on their website. I think it's probably not nearly as difficult to get listed as it is to get listed on a Workday website, just because Workday is like much, much bigger scale. I think it did take me 3 years, and Braze had some requirements, like, you have to have, like, minimum X number of teammates, you have to, like, help generate net new customer, like, revenue to Braze, so you have to, like, actually refer customers to Braze, and you have to have, like,
Mhm.
maybe a certain number of certifications on your team, and then you gotta, like, meet all these things to be listed, and I don't know what triggered it recently, but I was talking to my partner account manager, and he was like, actually, like, you now qualify for like our lowest tier that puts you on the website, so like we can go ahead and put you on the website. I'm like, great, awesome. So it's like now when you go to braze.com and you look for their services resources, like for now marketing is listed, which is like pretty cool. And I think it's a big personal accomplishment. It's like something I've been wanting for so long, and I finally got it. And it's like a huge milestone. That being said, there's so many other smaller service teams that are already listed that people don't even really know about, or might not even be in business, that are still listed. So I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I don't think it's a huge difficult thing to get listed, or just because like the agency maybe like have been around for longer, it makes it like easier for them to get listed. So from a objective perspective, I mean, it's still something. It's not nothing. It's like I'm proud. I should be proud. But personally, it means more because like I've been going after that for like 3 years. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Congrats, man.
Thank you, thank you.
How is your team doing and everything? How many members do you have so far?
Yeah, so I have 2 teammates, and
Mhm.
actually the update that I wrote that I'm still editing is, like, mainly about my team and, like, some business reflections I had, so I guess I'll
Sweet.
share the main, like, point of it, which is team is good. There a lot of our day-to-day customer-facing work, my team has been owning, like, pretty much entirely, which, like, from a business owner perspective is, like, an amazing thing to be able to do because you're able to hand off the day-to-day like customer facing work to your team, so I can actually start working like on the business versus in the business, like how people always talk about, right?
Mhm.
I wrote about how I like there's like small feeling of guilt that I've been getting because like my teammates are the one that's like in the business, like they're the ones that have to deliver, where if I like took a day off, like nothing's like burning because like my customers are being taken care of by my team. And
Mhm.
I'm thinking like, okay, like very grateful for them. Business can't go on without them, but like now like what do I need to do to like make that worth it for my teammates to like, allow me to have the time freed up? Like I need to figure out like how do I play my part? I think that's something I'm kind of trying to figure out lately as like, as the CEO, like as like the leader, like if my team is working so hard delivering to the customers, like what should I be doing that like makes it worth it for my team to be taking those on?
Mhm.
So that's like one like thing I've been trying to figure out. But also like I realize I like feel bad for my team a lot. This is something I've said a lot. Oh, I feel bad that he's working late, or I feel bad that he's like customer facing. And every time I say that I like feel bad, I later realize like feeling bad is never the right emotion to have in business. Like I shouldn't have to feel bad. I think it's just a way of how I like frame it or like position it. I think yes, it is a little bit more pressure for my teammates who are directly customer facing, but it's like that's the type of experiences you need and the life skills you need to be able to get to the leadership position. I strongly believe. And like I've been customer facing for the last 3 years, and after 3 years, I finally have like a playbook, and I understand how customers like feel and act and like process information. And like with that insight, I can like now teach my team or train my team to like do it that way. And I think it's I think I do think my teammates are learning quite a bit. Like I can see them like growing in the past year that I've worked with both of them. So I just, if I keep saying I feel bad, like one, they don't want to hear that, and two, I don't think it's the right emotion to put myself in. But it's more like I'm grateful for them, and I'm very happy to be able to provide this position for my team. And I think
Hmm.
it just flips the switch. Now it's like my teammates are also grateful and excited to be there, and two, it gives me more responsibility and like urgency to be like a good leader for them. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think I just kind of talk about how feeling bad is not the right emotion to feel in business.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
yeah.
I think I'm very similar to you where I would feel bad as well. But I mean, I'm at a point where I need to be there to do the work. I think since you are like transitioning that
Yeah.
off and like,
Yeah.
I guess if I were in your shoes, I would feel bad as well, just because like I know like maybe I'm just not doing anything and then they're
Mhm,
doing
mhm.
everything, Yeah, I don't know. So I feel guilty about those kinds of things where it feels like maybe like I could be doing something, but I'm not. But I mean, I think you've earned that, like even though you do feel bad, I mean, you're right. Maybe that's not the right way to say it, but I feel
Yeah.
like you've earned that just because you've kind of grown in that next step where the business doesn't just rely on you to do everything.
Yeah.
And like that's just such a like a cool feat because for me, like I am not anywhere close to that because I'm not really building towards that, but I would love that.
Mhm,
But at the
yeah.
same time, I can't even imagine that. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, that's
I think
interesting.
I'm creating opportunities for my team. Like, if
Hmm.
yes, they are handling the customer work, but I go out there and use my Braze reputation and the awards that I've collected over the last 5 years. And that's what customers trust. And they're trusting like the system that I built for my business and for my team.
Hmm.
I handle all administration. I handle a lot of customer relationship. I handle like invoices, finances. And so it's like, I think I can say confidently that I created this opportunity, and I could take it on myself, or I could bring on a teammate to join me on this journey of growing this business. And
Hmm.
I think that's where I'm at. And I think for you, I think it's a matter of where you're focusing on. Like, if you wanted to actually focus on growing your workday business, I'm sure you could do the same. But I think you've gotten to a point where you're so efficient individually that your cash flow is like very strong. Your cash flow is much better than my cash flow because I pay my teammates. So, like, a big chunk of it goes to them. But now
Hmm.
it's like, now it frees up time and gives you the capital to be able to focus on pickleball. Versus, I bet if you didn't have pickleball and you actually focused on hiring and growing a workday team, I'm sure you could do the same thing.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess a little difficulty with Workday is that they hire me as like an independent contractor.
Mhm.
So it's like it has to be kind of me because I'm certified and everything. Cause
Yeah.
like how did you break into that? Because like with me, like I can't just like shell it off to a teammate. They'll go like, wait, who is this? You know what I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like if I hire someone, like I guess I would have to be hired from the client from like a company perspective. Like, oh, you're
Yeah.
hiring my
Right. Right.
company and I
Right.
have this amount of team members where like, yeah, I don't know. How did you break into that essentially?
I feel like it's a little bit more informal, although I'm sure workday customers, it's things are just a little bit more formal and more enterprise than Braze. But I think like I mean, because doesn't your customers hire your LLC, not like Edward Kim, but they hire Ed's Consulting, right?
That's a good point. I think
Right?
in my contract, it kinda just lists me as, like, the consultant.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then my LLC is just, like, where they would pay the funds to, and I think that's, like, how the
Okay.
contract language works. Yeah, they're not, like, actually hiring my company to do the
Yeah.
work. It's like, yeah, I am the consultant on the
Yeah, yeah.
project,
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
But if Workday, like, okay, are there other Workday consultancies that are like kind of bigger that are like team based? Do you know of any like Workday specific consultancies?
That's a good question. I was, like, recently with someone else that was trying to get his, like, company as a partner. per
Uh-huh.
se, I
Uh-huh,
guess.
uh-huh.
But yeah, no, I don't think I've seen anything like small team based. It's all like big
Like
partners or like,
Accentures, right? Yeah.
AMS, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
AMS support. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen like a 3 or 4-man team.
Yeah. Or I mean,
Yeah.
in your case, it's like, you work with a bunch of recruiters. I feel
Mm,
like
mhm.
if you were to grow a team, your job as a CEO is you're pretty much becoming a recruiter. Like your
Yeah,
main goal is to
exactly.
find other certified Workday consultants. And like maybe
Mhm.
you've built a reputation in like the Workday customers, like, oh yeah, this guy Eddie knows his stuff. Let's like
Yeah.
hire him. But like it's like so you use your brand that you've built and you gotta like connect with other Workday consultants and you're just
Yeah.
pretty much yeah, you're doing sales and then you're doing partnerships with
Yeah.
your teammate. That's like kind of what
And
I'm doing pretty much. Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of the peers do, like subcontracting out work.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
like I can't do these hours. Can you just do it? And they just kind of build like a tree network, I guess, like that. And then they get paid each hour basically that they're shelling out. So yeah, I'm just like, man, I'm so bad with like staying in touch with like teammates or coworkers and stuff. Like I'm
Mhm.
just such a lone wolf in Workday. I need to get better at that for sure. Like build a network.
I
I'm
feel
like,
like
yeah.
yeah, I mean, Workday definitely is a more. I keep saying this. It's just you have like more legal things to go through. Like you have more, bigger, way bigger enterprise clients. Like your customers are like universities and like hospitals. Like I can only
Mhm.
imagine the type of customers you work with. Versus I've worked with two people company startups. Like it's literally I'm talking to the CEO and like she's like signing our contract. So it's like ours can be
Mhm.
very flexible, um, and there's no is still kind of early where nobody really requires a certification to, like, be able to do the work, like, there could
Mhm.
be someone with 0 certifications who knows Braze way better than someone with, like, 10 certifications.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
the certification aspect is still young and kind of developing. And
Mhm.
I do have 15 certifications. I think I have the second highest in the world. There's one guy who has
Nice.
16. He lives in Europe. I know who he is, but yeah,
Mhm.
so a little bit flex there.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah, dude. I feel like it's so funny because last week when you texted me like, "Hey, you're like our podcast, like, can we push it back?" I was like, "Shoot, I totally forgot about our podcast." And I was like, like I don't really want to do this podcast anymore. And I was like, "Oh, you can't do it? Okay, great. Let's push it the next week." And then when you
Mhm.
texted me earlier too, I was like, "Shoot, I forgot about it again." But it was on my calendar, and I did have
Mhm.
the time, so I was like, "Okay." I mean, we talked about it. I have to at least give it a try, because I do want to keep my word. But I think that's the amazing thing about like accountability is like when one person is kind of discouraged or kind of falling off, like it just takes the other person to like lift the other person right back up and like you're
Yeah, for
not like
sure.
on a one failure system. Like you seem
Mhm.
to be pretty excited for it and that actually made me like get re-excited for it. And now that we've been doing
Mhm.
this, we're talking for 50 minutes and I feel like we could talk for so much more, but at
Yeah,
some
I
point we
know.
gotta wrap it up. But this is kind of fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like, is anyone gonna actually watch this? But who
It don't
cares?
even matter,
Yeah, right, like,
Yeah.
it's just
It doesn't
nice talking
matter.
through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice talking through it with you, and it's just like I think for me, I was like super excited for it because I wanted to start the long form. So I like trying to figure out my setup and like,
Yeah.
just trying to talk more and get used to it because I think for that episode 1 that I talked about, I've done like 3 takes and I didn't like any of them. So I keep
Yeah.
redoing it, but I'm like trying to finalize like a script and like trying to
Mm.
like yeah, I just feel like it's good practice. So
You mean
thank you
your
for
pickleball
setting this
thing?
up.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
yeah. So I thought it was like good timing with the whole podcast thing and
Yeah.
like yeah, I need to work on talking more. I feel like sometimes I could be a little illiterate.
I think it's actually much easier to talk between people versus like you're saying you recorded like a self video, right? Like just you
Yes,
talking.
yeah, like
It's
3
so
times.
hard. It's really awkward for some reason, but I think
It
talking to
is.
people really brings out the right questions out of you, the right
Mhm.
just yeah, like you and I always have great conversations.
Yeah,
It's almost like therapy. Like podcasts are pretty much just
it
modern
really
day
is.
therapy.
Yeah. Do
So
you know the Diary of the CEO? Do you listen to his podcasts?
I don't. I hear about it all the
Don't?
time. Maybe you tell me about it all the
Yeah.
time.
what's it called? No, I just recently started. I started from like his first episode, and honestly, it was just like perfect timing. Like he was
Yeah,
just talking about the things I needed to hear. So,
yeah.
would definitely recommend if you have time, because he
Okay.
has like he's like super famous now, and like it's
Yeah,
gotten to
yeah,
the
yeah.
point where he's interviewing a lot of famous people. But
Well,
it's really
he has a
cool to
book,
hear.
right?
I don't know,
Or was it always a
probably. I wouldn't.
podcast? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, like just listening to his episode 1 was just like it was really cool to hear it from the beginning, cuz like you hear about it now, like all the success from it, you know? And
Yeah,
it's really cool like his concept and how it just like came to light. And yeah, you should definitely start from episode 1 like I did.
yeah.
I'm only on like episode 6. I'm like I really like listening to it now,
Okay.
like whenever I have the free time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'll definitely have to check it out. I need to start getting back into reading books. I have not listened to my audiobooks in so long, but I want to get back into it. I got Alex Hormozzi's third book. There's like a
Nice.
little promotion, but I know these series are gonna be good. So
Yeah, I'm going to
I
try
want to,
to reread some books too. I
yeah.
think this one for the content, show your work.
Okay. Maybe like a little book club. Dude, I really hope this recording is like working. So I'm gonna stop it soon. We have like
Okay.
almost an hour of footage. And I'll like try to figure out, okay, how does this work? Like, I think we can post it on YouTube. I think we can post it on Spotify or podcast platforms like
Mhm.
Spotify and Apple and YouTube.
Okay.
And yeah,
Are
I'm
you gonna
sure.
edit it at all? No? Like
No,
through
I
the
think
Opus Clip? No?
oh, I'm gonna do the Opus clip for sure. But I need to
Yeah,
first
yeah.
like be able to get the MP4 file or at least upload it as a YouTube video and then get the YouTube link. So I'll send you all the stuff that I get, and then if you and I just continue this, like, and we can share an account too, and just like make it our account, kind of like let's see how it goes. Yeah,
I like it. Yeah.
but yeah, this is
Yeah, we
cool.
can make this like a monthly cadence, if anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe at some point we
Well,
gotta add
cool.
like songs and like a little intro snippet.
Yes, sir.
So hey, okay,
Yeah, well, okay. Alright, sounds
okay,
good, man. It was good talking, man.
yeah, for sure. I'm gonna stop this one now, and let's see how it looks and processes, and yeah,
Okay.
like cool. All right, good stuff.